What's up, everybody? Sir Arnold here, and I'm very excited to share to all of you the new educational videos that I will make for this time. This is intended for all students in senior high school in the Philippines. Now, like and share my YouTube channel for some videos. Welcome to our first topic in Philippine politics and governance. And this is the concept of politics and governance. The first topic in Philippine politics. And I'm your teacher, Arnold Ryan Mercado. I am educado. I am a science teacher and teaching social science. Now let's start our discussion with the simple quotes of the day. First is from Aristotle. The legislator should direct his attention above all to the education of youth, for the neglect of education does harm to the constitution. The citizen should be molded to the suit form of the government under which he lives, for each government has a particular character which originally formed and which continue to preserve it. The character of democracy creates democracy, and the character of oligarchy creates an oligarchy. Kung babalikan natin kasi sa kasaysayan, si Aristotle ay isa sa mga naunang pilosopo sa Greece na nagpasimula ng usapin ukol sa politika. Another quote is from Plato. One of the penalties for refusing to participate in politics is that you end up being governed by your inferior. In politics, there always be a superior, and this superior is the leader that leads all the people. Now, this topic is focused with different objectives. At the end of this topic or lesson, you as my students are able to, number 1, define politics and governance, understand the rules of this topic or of this game, develop a critical way of thinking and in interpreting politics and governance, and recognize the value and evaluate the importance of politics in their everyday dealing. Let's have a picture analysis in relation with this topic. Now, what can you say about the first picture? A thumb pushing a man. Another is a sign of dollar. Another picture is the crocodile. Then, the fourth picture is a campaign period. Another is a man holding a money and followed by a dog. And last one is a cycle of 3 infrastructures. If your answer is all about politics, the concept of politics, the system of politics, your answer is correct. No education, no skills, no experience, no character references. I'm afraid the only thing left for you is politics. One of the quotes from the books that we are using. Another is, try a different tie, or choose another image. Now, let's start with the word politics. What is politics? I have a simple story. First line, a son asks his father, Dad, what is politics? Dad said, Look, I bring home the money, therefore I am the capitalist. Your mother administrates, therefore she is the government. Third, Grandpa watches everything, therefore he is the union. Our maid is the working class. We all want just one thing, your well-being. Therefore, you are the people, and your smaller brother who is still in his diaper is the future. Did you understand that, my son? The little one thinks and tells his father he wanted to sleep on it for one night. During the night, the boy wakes up because his younger brother produces something with an unbearable smell from his diaper and is crying. As he doesn't know what to do, he goes into the bedroom of his parents, but there is only his mother in her bed, and she is so fast asleep that he does not succeed in waking her up. Oh, so he goes into the bedroom of the maid where he finds his father having fun with her, that maid. And Grandpa is watching them secretly through the window. All of them are so engaged that they don't realize that the boy is standing in front of them. So the boy decides to go to bed again without having been able to solve the problem. Next morning, the father asks his son if he is able to explain in a few words what politics is. Yes, answered by the son. The capitalist abuses the working class. The union watches without doing anything, while the government sleeps. The people are completely ignored, and the future is in the ship. If we are going to analyze the simple story, it's the reality of happenings today. Yan po ang nangyayari sa ating bayan. Pinapanood lang tayo ng ating government and the people are ignored. Tama po ba? Now, I'm not giving a negative connotation about politics, but remember, politics is one of the dirtiest game ever. Now, if you are ready to listen regarding what is politics, its concepts, let's start. The meaning of politics. In every aspect of man's life, there is always a conflict and disagreement. Politics is the study of who gets what, when, and how. Politics is the masters of science, according to Aristotle. Politics is the exercise of power, the science of government, the making of collective decisions, the allocation of scarce resources, and the practice of deception and manipulation. Politics that name him the father of political science, that develop of political science as a discipline could be traced from the time of Aristotle when he wrote the first systematic work focused on political affairs known as the Politics, and because of that, Aristotle was referred as the father of political science. The meaning of politics. First is, politics is commonly defined as a process that determines the distribution of power and resources. Sa makatuwid po, ang politika or the politics ay isang proseso ng pagpapalago ng kapangyarihan at ng mga resources or mga gamit kung saan-saan. Ito rin po yung pamamahagi at pagkalat ng kapangyarihan. Let's say for example, we have the Malacanang Palace distributing the power to the different LGUs. And the resources, binibigyan sila ng mga budgets para ma-operate nila yung kanilang mga proyekto para sa mga mamamayan. It also refers to the theory and practice of how people influence others in making decisions and carrying out projects or programs. Dito rin nakapasok sa politics kung paano i-deliver ang service sa madlang people. And these services will make the betterment for the society. Because the main client of the government is the people itself. Politics, as defined within political science, refers to humans' behavior with regard to matters related to government activities. In short, government activities. Example, formulation, execution of policies, or pagpapatupad ng batas, at kung paano to isinasagawa. Creation of laws, or paggawa ng batas. Selection of government officials, or kung paano makapili ng mga taong nakaupo sa posisyon. Negotiations with foreign governments, or pakikipag-ugnayan sa labas ng bansa. Protection of territorial boundaries, or pagprotekta or pag-alam sa mga lugar na nasasakupan ng ating bansa. Example, sa Pilipinas, our Philippine Area of Responsibility. Preservation of cultural heritage and tradition, or pagprotekta sa mga kontribusyon ng ating mga ninuno at kung paano to pauunlarin, and upholding public interest and welfare, at kung paano papasunod ang mga tao sa pamamagitan ng pagbigay ng kanyang mga pangangailangan, hindi lamang sa serbisyo, kundi sa kanyang mga iba't ibang pangangailangang pisikal. Politics as the art of government. This is a state-centered view of politics. Politics is what governments or states do. Ito ang ginagawa ng government, politics. Kapag tinanong ano ang ginagawa ng gobyerno o ng government, the answer is politics. Because politics is a combination of different political activities na nasabi ko na earlier. It means that most people, most institutions, and most social activities can be regarded as being outside politics. Therefore, ang nakapaloob lamang po dito ay ang government. Kasi lahat ng mga social activities natin ay nasa labas ng politika. Businesses, schools, and other educational institutions, community groups, families, and so on are, in this sense, non-political. Kasi, they're out of the politics. Yung mga nabanggit ko kanina activities, yun lamang ang bahagi ng politics. The Cynic view of politics. The implication of politics is state-centric. When we say state-centric, nakasentro or nakafocus sa bansa. Sometimes people connotates politics as a negative word. Oo nga naman, kasi kung isipin natin, lagi nilang negative pagdating sa politics, the dirtiest game, madaming di maganda, kurakot, buwaya, trapo, madami yan. It raises up images of trouble. Ayan, kaguluhan daw ang dala nito. Disruption and even violence on the other hand. And manipulation and lies on the other. Gumagawa ng kasinungalingan para mapagtakpan ang kanilang mga pagkakamali. Yun yung mga negative na view ng politics. But politics as a public affair, it's a second and broader conception of politics moves beyond the narrow realm of government. Mas nagpapaliwanag ng politics ang tungkol sa gobyerno. Politics is taught as public life or public affairs. Kasi ang politika ay nakikita ng lahat. May politika sa television, may politika sa social media, may politika direct sa people or nalalaman sa mga kapwa-tao. The distinction between the political and non-political corresponds with the division between an essentially public sphere of life and what can be thought of as a private sphere. Political science. Now, what's the difference between politics and political science? Isa-isahin natin yan. Political science is a branch of social science that deals with the systems of government and the analysis of political activity, political behavior, and political theories and practices. Basic lang. Now, another, political science studies the allocation and transfer of power in decision-making, people who devote their academic careers to study of political science. Therefore, ang political science ay isang agam ng pag-aaral kung paano sinasagawa ang politika. The transfer of power, pinag-aaralan yan. Hindi yan basta-basta ibibigay ang kapangyarihan sa ganito, sa gustong tao o sa kakilala. Meron niyang sistemang pinag-aaralan. Pati yung pagdedesisyon sa isang sitwasyon. kasama yan. Now, let's differentiate political science versus politics, or let us compare them. Political science, the study of government of states and other political units. The study, from the word itself, the study. Politics, the activities and affairs involved in managing a state or a government. Therefore, yung political science, pag-aaral. Yung politics, pagsasagawa ng political science. Now, let's have the characteristics of politics according to Shively way back 2013. First, politics always involves the making of collective decisions for a group of people. Pag gagawa tayo ng political activity, dapat ang ating mga activities ay nakabatay sa grupo na nakikinabang para sa bayan. And the people itself, yan po ang involved natin dyan. Next, those decisions are made by some members of the group exercising power over other members of the group. Therefore, pinag-iisipan, pinag-diskusyonan ng maayos. Another, political scientists. Political scientists, these are the people who devote their academic careers to the study of political science. Ang mga estudyante na nag-aaral nito, they are part of being a political scientist. They are engaged in analyzing the relationship underlying political events and conditions. And their attempt to formulate general principles about the way the world of politics works. Therefore, mahalaga ang politics kasi without politics, wala tayong political scientists. And these political scientists, they are the people behind kung paano nasusolusyonan ang problema ng bayan. Example, President Duterte, meron siyang political advisor. And this advisor is a kind of political scientist. It measures the success of governance and specifies the policies. Siyempre, yung mga result ng performance ng isang senator, ng presidente, yan ay gawain ng isang political scientist. The science of politics. It is the basic knowledge and understanding of the state and the principles and ideas which underlies its organizations and activities. Number 2, primarily concerned with the association of human beings into body politic or in political community. And number 3, it deals with those relations among men and groups which are subject to control by the state, with the relations of men and groups of the state itself, and the relations of men and groups of the state itself, and the relations of the state to another state. Fields of study and branches of political science. As an academic field, political science has evolved into disciplines that has developed the following branches. First field of political science is political theory. Political theory is concerned with the study of the ideas and contributions of classical thinkers such as Chanakya, Aristotle, Niccolo Machiavelli, Cicero, Plato, and many others. Dito, ito yung classic na mga libro about politics. Kung paano nagsimula ang politics, paano to lumaganap sa buong mundo. Second branch is the comparative politics. Comparative politics, from the word itself, it compares and analyzes various types of constitution. Political actors or the people behind the politics, legislators or mga tagapagpatupad ng batas or tagagawa ng batas, and associated fields among countries, as well as within a single countries, as well as within other period of time. Lahat yan ay bahagi ng comparative politics. Example, administration ni Presidente Gloria Macapagal-Arroyo kay administration ni President Duterte. Pinagkukumpara yan para mapag-aralan kung ano ba yung mga pagkukulang, ano yung pinagkaiba, etc. Another branch is the public administration. Sa mga magka-college dyan, you can Take this course, Public Admin. It's a study of the implementation of the government policy and public service. Dito nakapaloob kung paano ini-implement or pinapatupad ng gobyerno ang kanyang mga polisiya at paano dinideliver ang public service sa madlang people. That is public administration. Another, international relations. It deals with political economic interaction between nation states as well as intergovernmental transnational organization. Dito naman pinag-aaralan yung relationship ng mga bawat gobyerno, ng bawat bansa. Another, public law. Public law is the field of law that studies the relationship between the government and citizens, or kung paano pinapatupad ang batas ng gobyerno papunta sa tao, at kung paano naman sinusunod ng tao ang batas ng gobyerno para sa ikakabuti ng ating society. Another branch is the political methodology. It's the branch of political science that uses quantitative methods to describe and define political phenomena. Example, may kakaibang nangyari. Doon papasok ang political methodology. Pinag-aaralan dito kung ano ang akmang solusyon para sa isang kakaibang nangyari sa administrasyon ng isang namumuno. Key concepts in political science. These are the most important terms. Pakitandaan. State, organized political community living under a government. So, ang Philippines ba isang state? Yes, we are a state. Next, population refers to the people that compose a state, while territory refers to the place where the people that compose the states are located within. Therefore, ang populasyon po ay bilang ng tao, pero dapat nasa loob sila ng state. Kasi kapag ang bilang ng tao ay nandun lamang sa isang lugar at wala itong gobyerno, that is only referred as territory. Hindi sila population. Government, a system that administer or control the state. Siya ang sentro, siya ang brain. Sovereignty, ability of the state to govern itself without outside influence. Therefore, ito yung kakayanang mapag-isa or stand alone. Kayang-kaya niya na stand with itself. Another term, legitimacy or the right of the government to exercise power and authority. Ito yung karapatan ng gobyerno natin na magpatupad ng batas. Ito rin yung karapatan ng gobyerno natin na ipatupad at gumawa ng batas. Governance. Governance is all actions and activities related to governing. Lahat ng political activities is what we call governance. Ideology is a set of ideas and beliefs that define the views and actions of individual groups and institutions. Ito yung gumagabay sa government or sa isang grupo o sa isang institusyon kung anong klaseng pamamalakad. Example, democracy, malayang pamamahayag ng mga tao. Parang sa Pilipinas. Ginagawa natin yan for us to have an equal right. Therefore, sa ibang bansa po ba, sir, ay may iba't iba bang ideologies? Yes, depends upon the government. We also have the political ideology or refers to the principles and theories that the government follows or carries out. Ito po yung pinaniniwalaan ng government. Now, let's go with the development of political science. Paano ba ito nagsimula? Sino mga nagpasimula? Etc. Let's start with Greco-Roman times or Greece-Rome times. Kasi sila talaga yung nagpasimula ng politics. Plato, the famous Plato, in his book, The Republic, and sa kanyang libro na The Laws, it focused on political analysis and theories about governance. We have also Aristotle, the politics and Nicomachean ethics. Yan ang kanyang mga contribution. And the history of Greek statesmanship. At ang pinakamahalagang contribution niya ay ang citizenship. Democracy naman, nagsimula yan nung na-elect nagkaroon ng mga election about representatives. At yan yung nagsimula sa Greece. Democracy. Another is Cicero. Si Cicero naman ay isang Roman senator, known for his discourses and speeches advocating good governance. Kapag itong si Cicero tumatayo sa madlang people during his time, lahat yun ay tungkol sa magandang pamamalakad ng government. Stoicism naman is a philosophy that advocated hierarchical order and state values serve as a model of political stability. Dito, yung hari-reyna, yan po yung Stoicism. Then, another important person, Marcus Aurelius. Siya ay isang emperor na nag-advocate ng Stoicism. Another is Saint Augustine. Ito naman yung sa medieval and Renaissance times. Saint Augustine of Hippo, sa kanyang libro na City of God, dito pumasok yung unang-unang political criticism. Another, si Saint Thomas Aquinas, sa kanyang libro na Ethics, na na-impluwensya naman ni Aristotle. Si Niccolo Machiavelli, sa kanyang libro na The Prince. At si Thomas More, sa kanyang libro na Utopia, or Utopia means Perfect Society. Age of Enlightenment, we have John Locke. John Locke on his natural law that promotes the idea that each individual possesses inalienable rights that cannot be violated by the state. May kanya-kanya daw tayong kakayanan na hindi at karapatan na hindi pwedeng pakialaman ng government. Then we have also John Jacques Rousseau sa kanyang social contract na naglilimit ng power ng mga kings and made the government answerable to the people. Dapat kung may problema ang mamamayan, ang sagot ay ang government. Kung gutom ang mamamayan, ang sagot ng government, bigyan sila ng pagkain. That's according to John Jacques Rousseau. Next, we have the development of political science during the modern political science. In modern political science, during the 1950s to 1960s, there's a behavioral revolution. Nagbago ito mula sa classical. Nawala yun. Nagkaroon ng sudden change. In the Philippine setting naman, ayan, punta tayo sa ating bansa. In 1915, ang UP or University of the Philippines ay itinayo ang Department of Political Science in College of Liberal Arts. And si Teodoro M. Calao, ang kauna-unahang Pilipinong estudyante ng politics and kauna-unahang estudyante natin yan ng politics, at siya ay una nakapagsulat ng kanyang libro na Manual Siyensya Politika in 1918. Stages naman ng political science, we have the religious stage. The government, the leaders, and the laws was considered as divine or divinely inspired. Therefore, para rin daw binuam, leader, or ng Diyos ang government. And next, metaphysical stage. The state was considered as a human institution and absolute, it cannot be changed. Another is the modern stage. The state was deemed capable of being improved by rulers and subjects according to certain principles and laws. Now, let's proceed with approaches. So, may dalawang paraan kung paano i-define ang politics. First is politics as an arena or location. Usually, it talks about where it takes place. It includes the art of government and public affairs. In this part, sa politics as an arena or location, dito ang focus dito ay kung paano nai-involve ang government or politics sa tao. Kung paano siya nagsiserve o nagbibigay ng service. Next approach is politics as a process or mechanism. In this part, political behavior that exhibits distinctive characteristics or qualities, and so can take place in any. Dito, pasok po dito yung consensus or pagtatanong sa mga tao sa kanilang mga pangangailangan, or sometimes called a survey. And power, ayan, kasama rin yan. And the distribution of resources, kung paano ina-allocate ang mga budget sa bawat branches ng government. Lahat yan ay pasok sa political as process or mechanism. Now, let's try to explain some following quotes. A strife of interest masquerading as a contest of principles, the conduct of public affairs for private advantage. That is from Ambrose. Then also, politicians are people who, when they see light at the end of the tunnel, go out and buy some more tunnel. Tama? That is from John. Politics are almost as exciting as war and quite as dangerous. In war, you can only be killed once, but in politics, you will be killed many times. From Winston Churchill. We hang the petty thieves and appoint the great ones to public office. A political leader is necessarily an imposter, since he believes in solving life's problem without asking its questions. Politics. Poly means many. Plastics or blood-sucking parasites. Negative. Mankind will never see an end of trouble until lovers of wisdom come to hold political power, or the holders of power become lovers of wisdom. From Plato. Politics is the gentle art of getting votes from the poor and campaign funds from the rich by promising to protect each from the other. Yes, we have to divide up our time like that between our politics and our equations. But to me, our equations are far more important, for politics are only a matter of present concern. A mathematical equation stands forever. From Albert Einstein. Man is by nature a political animal, or competitive talaga ang mga tao. From Aristotle. To put the world right in order, we must first put the nation in order. To put the nation in order, we must first put the family in order. To put the family in order, we must first cultivate our personal life. We must first set our hearts right. Sa atin muna, bago tayo lumabas at lumabas na lumabas. In our age, there is no such thing as keeping out of politics. All issues are political issues, and politics itself is a mass of lies, evasions, folly, hatred, and schizophrenia. Politics is the art of looking for trouble, finding it everywhere, diagnosing it incorrectly, and applying the wrong remedies. The sad duty of politics is to establish justice in a sinful world. That's correct. The price of apathy towards public affairs is to be ruled by evil men. Now, for our references, we have Tabahin and Pulma, Philippine Politics and Governance, Joben, Philippine Politics and Governance for Senior High School, some newspapers and internet, www.google.com images. Thank you so much. You can send an email, arnoldroyamercado@gmail.com, or like my FB page, I am Educado. Okay, that's the link. And subscribe to my YouTube channel, I am Educado. Like and subscribe my video. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Goodbye.